Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at Lucky Loop.
Oh.
We've got excerpts
Right.
from the novel itself
Right.
by Quad Sanders. And
This should be fun.
I think that it's going to be a really interesting deep dive to kind of get into this story.
Definitely. Well, Lucky Loop.
What do we know
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. We've got this main character.
We have Quadrika Sanders-Daniels.
Quadrika?
She is a math teacher. And she really likes routine. She really likes her schedule.
Yeah. Seems like a very
Likes logic.
logical person.
Yes.
Very much grounded in reality.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. And then she wins the lottery.
$10 million.
Big time.
Just like that.
Out of the blue.
I don't know about you.
If I won $10 million,
Yeah.
I would be
You'd be excited.
screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah, you would.
So relatable that Quadrika immediately calls her sister Carla,
Yeah.
you know?
To share the good news.
Primal instinct right there.
Yeah,
I mean, I would do the same thing, to tell you the truth.
absolutely.
But then here's where things get a little bit
Here's where it gets good.
dicey,
Okay.
a little bit interesting.
All right. I'm in.
She wakes up the next morning
Yeah.
and the money is gone.
Poof.
Vanished like it never even happened.
Like it was all a dream.
Completely gone.
Okay.
So she goes back to the gas station where she bought the ticket,
Right.
thinking maybe there's some kind of explanation.
Yeah, I'd be looking for answers.
And the cashier, Tony,
Yeah.
acts like nothing happened.
Like he's never seen her before.
Like he has no idea what she's talking about.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little creepy.
So at this point, I'd be questioning my sanity.
Yeah, I think I would too.
But then
it
it
happens.
is again the lottery.
Same number.
Same numbers.
Same $10 million.
Same $10 million. That ecstatic phone call to her sister.
Yeah.
And then same morning reset.
The same reset.
She is stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so
She's
she's living the same day over and over.
Yeah, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, but with $10 million.
Yeah, and I think that's a really interesting scenario.
It's like, what's the point of winning if you can't keep the money?
Exactly.
What is the point?
Is this a blessing or a curse?
It's a very good question.
I don't.
It really makes you think
Yeah.
about how much control we actually have over our own lives.
And what we would do with that kind of fortune.
Exactly.
Right.
Like if you had that opportunity every single day to have $10 million,
Yeah.
but then it disappears,
It's like,
What-
what would you do with it?
what would you do?
What's the point?
What's the point?
She doesn't give up, though.
Oh, no, she tries everything
She tries to break free.
to escape the loop.
She avoids the ticket.
Yeah, doesn't even go near the gas station.
Yeah.
Changes up her whole routine.
Tries to do everything differently.
Starts journaling everything that happened,
Meticulous notes every single detail.
hoping she's going to find a pattern, a glitch
A way out.
in the matrix.
Yeah.
Right.
But nothing works.
Nothing.
The loop just keeps resetting.
This is where I think the story gets really compelling.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not even about the money anymore.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about why this is happening.
It's about understanding the nature of the loop itself. And that brings us to Tony.
Okay. The gas station cashier,
I mean,
he's there every single day.
always there.
Right when she needs him.
Almost like he's
It's like he's part of the loop himself.
a part of the loop.
Yeah, like he knows something,
He's got to know something.
but he's not telling.
Like he's waiting for her to figure it out.
Exactly. Like he's some kind of guide or something.
Yeah. Or maybe he's a tough.
Oh, what do you mean? Well, think about it.
Okay.
He's always there with these cryptic remarks.
Yeah. Always pushing her to think differently. Like he's saying you have this incredible chance, even if it is temporary. What are you going to do with it?
So he's pushing her
Yeah.
to find meaning, to find purpose
Beyond just the money.
beyond the $10 million.
Right.
Which, by the way,
Yes.
we've got to talk about Carla,
Oh, Carla Quadrika's sister.
her sister,
The voice of reason.
the skeptic.
The one who doesn't believe any of this.
When Quadrika tries to explain what's going on,
Yeah.
she's just like,
Yeah, right?
that's crazy talk.
You're losing it.
You're stressed out.
It's classic
It's a classic conflict
believer.
versus the non-believer.
And honestly,
What's interesting, though,
yeah.
that Carla represents that part of all of us that clings to logic,
Yeah,
that clings to what we can see and touch.
right.
The impossible just doesn't compute. But that's where Sanders is so clever,
Okay.
because he highlights the limitations of our own perception.
Our own perception.
Yeah.
Like, how much do we really know?
I mean, haven't we all felt like we're living the same day
Oh, yeah.
over and over again?
Stuck in a rut.
That feeling of being stuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Lucky Loop just takes that feeling
And amps it up.
and amps it up to the extreme.
So if we were given a do-over,
Yeah.
what would we change?
That's the question, isn't it?
Would we even recognize the opportunity?
Yeah. I mean, Quadrika's initial reaction is totally understandable.
Yeah.
Pure elation.
Disbelief.
But then comes the frustration.
Yeah. And then the fear.
And then finally, like, this glimmer of
Acceptance.
acceptance, maybe even curiosity.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
What is this? And then she starts to use the loop
Wow, yeah.
to her advantage.
Not just for herself, but for others, too.
Right.
She starts to see the possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she starts to realize that even though the money's going to reset every day,
Right.
she can still make a difference.
Yeah. It's like the money comes and goes, but those actions, the impact, the ripple effect,
Right.
that sticks around.
It's almost like the loop is forcing her to think outside of herself, to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it kind of ties back to what Tony was saying.
Right. Yeah.
Remember how he told her to focus on the why?
Yeah. The why, not the what.
Not the what's, exactly.
Like he knew that this whole experience was about more than just the money.
It's about growth.
Yeah.
It's about transformation.
It's about using this opportunity to make a real difference.
Exactly.
And it's a stark contrast to her sister.
Oh, yeah. Carla.
Right.
She's still stuck in the
real world.
In the real world.
Where things make sense. Black and white.
Right.
And you can't blame her, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, if someone told me they were winning the lottery and it was resetting every day,
I'd be like, yeah. Okay, sure.
I wouldn't believe them.
No way.
But that's what makes this dynamic so interesting.
It is. It's that classic conflict.
It's like, do you believe in the impossible?
Exactly.
Or do you stick to what you can see and touch?
And what's so clever about what Sanders does is he starts to plant these little seeds of doubt.
Oh, yeah.
In Carla's mind.
Where she's like, wait a minute.
Like maybe there's something more to this.
Okay. Yeah.
There's this scene where Quadrika uses the loop to visit this place from their childhood.
Right.
And when she comes back, she mentions a detail
that only someone who was there would know.
Exactly. And Carla's just like,
how do you know that?
Yeah.
And it's this little flicker.
Little flicker.
Of doubt. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
The way he does that.
Yeah. And there's Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, the student.
Right.
Who seems to sense that something is off.
Yeah, like she's picking up on Quadrika's energy.
On a different level.
Yeah.
Like she's more in tune, almost like she's been through something herself.
Yeah.
That's made her more aware.
More sensitive.
These kinds of things.
To the unseen.
Yeah.
And it's through these connections.
Yeah, with Kayla.
With Carla.
With Tony.
Yeah.
That Quadrika starts to find her purpose.
Yeah. In the loop.
In the loop.
Yeah, like it's not a prison anymore.
It's more like a
platform that make a difference.
But she still tries to break free.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't just accept it.
She tries multiple times.
Multiple times.
To break through.
And each time she learns something new.
Oh, about
herself. About the loop when she tries to avoid the ticket.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
She stays home. She changes her whole routine.
Right.
But somehow
she ends up
back at the gas station.
Buying that winning ticket.
It's like the loop itself has a will.
Yeah.
A purpose.
Like it needs her to win.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Yeah.
And then Tony offers her a guaranteed win.
Yeah, sure thing. Like, here's the easy way out.
Just take this ticket.
You'll win every time.
You'll be rich.
No more reset.
But she refuses.
She refuses.
She doesn't want the easy way out.
She wants to understand why this is happening.
She's not just looking for escape.
She's looking for enlightenment.
Yeah. And that's when she starts to realize that the true value of the loop isn't about the money.
It's about the growth.
The growth, the lessons.
Connections.
Connection.
It's about becoming a better person.
Exactly.
So what happens when she finally breaks free?
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
All right. So we're back. And we left off with Quadrika kind of figuring out what this whole lucky loop thing is all about.
Yeah, she's definitely come a long way.
Yeah, like she's embraced the why, she's rejected the easy way out, and she seems to have found a deeper purpose. But like, how does she actually break free?
Well, that's the really interesting part.
Okay.
Sanders doesn't give us like this big dramatic ending.
What do you mean?
It's not like she wakes up one day and poof, the loop is gone.
So it's not like a light switch?
No, not at all. It's much more subtle than that.
Okay, so how does she know she's broken free then?
It's a gradual shift, almost, like she's slowly fading out of the loop.
Fading out.
Yeah, like those hard resets start to become less intense.
Okay.
And that feeling of deja vu kind of starts to disappear.
So it's more like real life.
Exactly. It's like personal growth, you know? It's not always this big AHA moment.
Right. It's those little steps
It's the small changes we make over time.
that eventually lead to something bigger.
Exactly.
So what's the turning point for Quadrika then?
Well, remember how she was keeping that journal?
Yeah, meticulously writing down every little detail.
Right. Well, one day she notices something different in her entry.
Like a mistake.
Not a mistake, but something she hadn't done the day before.
So something new.
Yeah, something that carried over from one loop to the next.
Wow.
And it wasn't anything big,
Like what?
just a small detail, something she decided to do differently.
Huh. So it's like the loop finally recognized her agency.
Yeah, like it was acknowledging her ability to make a lasting change.
And that's when she breaks free.
In a way, yeah.
I mean, she's still living her life,
Of course.
but the loop doesn't have that same power over her anymore.
No, it's become part of her.
Like a lesson learned?
Exactly, a catalyst for growth.
Then what about Tony?
Coney, well, she goes back to the gas station to thank him,
Hmm.
but he's gone.
Just like that.
Vanished without a trace.
So he was part of the loop the whole time,
It seems that way.
but he leaves her a note.
Yeah, it's just a simple message.
What does it say?
Luck is what you make of it.
Wow. That's pretty powerful.
It really is.
I mean, it kind of sums up the whole story, doesn't it?
It does, in a way.
Like Quadrika had to create her own luck,
She had to find her own way.
even within the confines of this crazy loop.
And that's what makes the story so compelling.
I think so too.
It's not just about winning the lottery.
It's about so much more than that.
It's about self-discovery, resilience,
And finding your purpose.
even in the face of the impossible.
So for anyone listening out there,
Yeah.
think about Quadrika's story.
What would you do?
What would you make of this kind of extraordinary luck?
Because sometimes the greatest journeys come from the most unexpected places.
And that's what Lucky Loop is all about.
It's about embracing the unknown
Finding the meaning in the chaos.
and creating your own luck.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Lucky Loop.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.